Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
CEOwise.
Very nice to be here, and thanks for the opportunity.
Awesome. Now, you started USN when the supplement market was quite saturated. How did you find the gap in the market?
Well, I really saw an opportunity with, between the imported products and the local products at the time. There were quite a few international brands that came into South Africa, which was quite expensive, but the quality was good because the market was already so developed in America. And there were quite a few local supplement brands, which at the time, the quality just wasn't great. And they were very inexpensive, so that's basically where I positioned USN. A cost-effective price, obviously not as cheap as the local products because it's produced in a pharmaceutical facility, but much more inexpensive than the imported products.
In the beginning, you didn't have a clear strategy. It was more like just sell as many products as possible.
Yeah.
In hindsight, do you think it would have been better to have a clearer strategy, or are you happy that it developed as time went on?
Yeah, a strategy probably wouldn't have made much of a difference because I came from such a low base, and I had zero business background either. So to figure out a strategy and to work according to the strategy would have, required me to have a lot of business experience, which I didn't have. I don't think a strategy would have made much of a difference because you had to really just maneuver as the market moved, and as other opportunities arise, because it was really a matter of trying to get into stores. There was a lot of resistance, so yeah, I would say a lot of other businesses probably strategy, and especially now strategy and growth strategy is much more important than anything else, but at that point it didn't make a difference.
Okay. So after being fully hands-on in the beginning and then letting go of the reins a little in order to grow, you discovered some major losses, which is now you've overcome them and put key people in place. Do you think you still, since then, have gone back to having a more hands-on approach?
I wouldn't say I've got a very hands-on approach. I've got a much more of a strategic approach at this stage of the game. I realized that it wasn't just a matter of handing over my responsibilities or the hand-on situation how I was managing the business at the time. It was to the wrong people, unfortunately. Yeah. If I had, were lucky enough to have the right people at the time, that would have been a good thing. So it was really just a lot of school fees and making a couple of expensive mistakes by getting the wrong people in the business when we went through growth phases. Obviously, for a business to grow, I was realistic about the fact that I cannot have a very hands-on and be involved in every division in the business as much as I wanted to, like I was in the beginning. But then again, I'm also not the best financial guy. I'm not the best marketer. I'm not the best at anything in the business. What I do know is where we want to take the business. Yeah. I see the opportunities in the market, and I see trends, and I find more creative ways of delivering a better quality product at a better price to the consumers, and that's where a lot of my focus lies.
Okay. Yeah. And you've had major success with USN in South Africa, and now you've expanded to UK, Belgium, Australia, and now you've gone into the US market. What has surprised you with the way the different markets operate and the different countries operate?
The UK for me was obviously very challenging at first because you're entering an environment where you're not familiar with the culture. Yes. You're in meetings with people where you don't really read between the lines because you don't know where the lines exactly are. And the moment that you sort of get a grip for their culture and you sort of get a feel for what it is they want to see and hear, and what makes them tick and what makes them want to do business with you, it makes it so much easier. But that takes a while, and that takes being there, and that takes actually spending time with the retailers and the manufacturers, and really absorb, and digesting and putting that into a number and develop the brand according to that. What I realized quite quickly is that you cannot duplicate what you've done here and what worked here just in another country. It's not it's not going to work. There's you got to really zoom into where the differences are. From a retail point of view, the differences in the countries are really cultural differences, you know, and the way retail works in each country is different. And then again, you know, the entire dynamics of retail has changed in the last couple of years with online, you know, which we got to continuously adapt to as well.
And how do you define your goals for each country? Do you set a specific, you want to have specific market share in each country?
Well, starting off in the UK, which is the first country we launched into, it was really just to get the turnover up, whichever way we're going to do it. You know, it's finding retail partners and really working it hard. And once you got the retail partners, you got to try and identify what is it that the consumers are looking for. So it's never like we set specific sales goals in place, because you either going to be disappointed, or you're going to undersell yourself, and you're not going to be, you're reaching your optimal the sales as quick as you can. You know, so there's often a danger in setting specific sales goals. I've noticed.
What do you think was the defining moment that turned your South African business into a billion-rand business?
One of the defining moments was definitely getting a good CEO into the business, who understood business and who understood finances very well. So that was definitely the defining moment, you know, because because on a daily basis you could see where you're tracking, where your profitability is tracking, where your GP is tracking, where your expenses are tracking, and so on. And we could eliminate unnecessary expenses to finance the growth of the business. So that was definitely the turning point. Yeah.
Okay. Albé, where to from here with USN?
There's always so many challenges while you want to grow, while you want to go through your next phase. It's about addressing those challenges and using the momentum of it in a positive way to grow, because everyone's really facing the same challenges.
Yeah.
You know, the market's becoming much more competitive, and it's our responsibility to make use of the resources out there to develop and produce the absolute best quality products. So it's an ongoing innovation and creative process. So where to from here? Well, I would have said this 15 years ago when I started the business. I just want to keep on growing this business and do whatever it takes to grow the business as big as we can grow the business. I want USN in every country in the world. Business is an exciting game. You know, that's the thing that wakes us up in the morning. I mean, you know, I love the brand, and I want the world to love the brand. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Albé, thank you so much
for
joining us.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cheers.